जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स। आज की हमारी जो बात होगी वो लेक्चर नंबर 3 एंड दैट इज़ द पीरियोडिक प्रॉपर्टीज़ ऑफ एलिमेंट्स। लेक्चर नंबर 3 है चैप्टर नंबर 1 बुक 1। इट इज़ अबाउट पीरियोडिक प्रॉपर्टीज़। So first of all we will define periodic properties. Actually periodic properties are properties of elements which are repeated in a periodic table in a periodic table in a pattern, in a specific pattern. These are the properties of element which are repeated in a periodic table with a specific pattern. Such properties are called periodic properties, and actually these properties are very first property to discuss is atomic size. The second one is ionization energy. After that we will discuss electron affinity. After that we will discuss electron affinity, and at the last we have electronegativity in our syllabus. Electronegativity. So these are the periodic properties will be discussed according to our syllabus book line. So starting from atomic size. Starting from atomic size, now first of all we will define size of an atom. Size of atom can be measured in terms of atomic radius, and the sum is called radii. It may also be defined in terms of ionic radius if atom is present in the form of ion. It may also be defined in terms of covalent radii if atoms are bounded through covalent bond. And that atomic size can also be defined in terms of van der Waals radii if noble gases are attached to each other through van der Waals forces. So if we define atomic radii, ionic radii, covalent radii, radius is defined in terms of, as you know that radius is basically half of the diameter. It may also be named as defined as average distance. It may also be defined as average distance from nucleus to outermost electronic shell. The same wording can be applied for ionic radii. It is the average distance from nucleus to outermost electronic shell. While defining covalent radii, we can define it as half of single covalent bond length. And van der Waals radii is actually half of the distance between nuclei of atoms bounded by bounded by van der Waals forces. So these radii terms can be defined in terms of atomic radii, ionic radii, covalent radii, van der Waals radii. Now, next part is we will discuss the factors affecting these radii and their trends in the periodic table. In the next segment, we are going to discuss factors affecting these radii, we are going to discuss factors. And after factors, we are going to discuss their trends in periodic table. So first of all, we will discuss about the factors. The very first factor affecting atomic radii, ionic radii, covalent radii is nuclear charge. And nuclear charge is actually, you can say, it is number of protons. It may also be named as atomic number, nuclear charge. So coming towards the second factor, it is number of shells. Coming toward the third factors, it is shielding effect. So, namely, these are the factors. Another factor should be discussed here, and that is effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge. Now we will discuss the variation of these factors in periodic table, and then the variation of atomic size. In moving from left to right, in period of the periodic table, what is the variation of these factors? First of all, you will discuss that in moving from left to right, nuclear charge increase. As you know that in moving from left to right in periodic table, atomic number increase, nuclear charge increase. With increase of nuclear charge, you know that number of shells in a period remains same, so it's a constant factor. And because the number of shell remains same, shielding effect is again constant. Not just the active and acting factor is the nuclear charge. As the nuclear charge increase, it pulls the outer electron more closer towards the nucleus. And the result is decrease of decrease of atomic size, that may be in terms of atomic radii, ionic radii. So in parallel, we will discuss here the variation from top to bottom in a group. While talking about nuclear charge, it increases, and still this factor, that nuclear charge, tend to decrease atomic size by attracting the valence shell electrons more closer towards nucleus. After that, number of shell also increase, and shielding effect, also named as screening effect, that also increase. And both these factors tend to increase atomic size. Both these factors tend to increase atomic size. While talking about effective nuclear charge, this factor decrease in moving from top to bottom, and also helps to increase atomic size. So overall result, you can conclude that increase of atomic size while moving from top to bottom in a group. That atomic size may be in terms of atomic radius, ionic radius, covenant radius, or van der Waals radii. So this is the overall lectures for today, overall discussion for the topic, and this is the whole picture of the topic. In the next segment, we will discuss ionization energy. That's all for today.